Farhan, thanks so much for joining BlueNotes as the bank announces ANZ 2030. You've discussed that this new strategy will deliver improved returns and value for both customers and shareholders. Can you explain a little bit about this?
Thank you, Alicia, for having me. The plan that we've announced, the ANZ 2030 strategy, is basically driven across two phases. Phase one is to get the basics right, get productivity, get cost efficiency, integrate Suncorp Bank faster, and build our single customer front end. That's going to be our critical focus immediately, and that will deliver value through improved cost and returns. It will also allow us to free up capacity as we get to the end of phase one to fund growth initiatives, which are going to deliver in that second phase, which is probably closer to 28 to 30. That's sort of the two-phase plan. But both phases will operate across our four strategic pillars of customer first, simplicity, resilience, and delivering value. So our focus is going to be to make sure that we are prioritizing investment, we're funding our future growth initiatives, we're delivering value immediately through efficiency and through the integration of Suncorp Bank, and that will then drive value through the next 5-year period for the bank, for our customers, as well as for our shareholders.
Farhan, can you go into a little bit more detail about the financial impacts of this updated strategy?
Sure. So first of all, I should say that when I talked about investment spend to fund our growth initiatives, etc., we're going to try and maintain our investment spending to a rough envelope of $1.5 billion per year. And that would come through prioritization of investment spend aligned to our strategy and the phase of the strategy that we're in. And it will be driven by both prioritization, but also improving productivity and technology. That's the investment spend envelope that we will operate in. However, we're also going to set ourselves very clear targets because we have to commit to our shareholders what we are going to deliver to them and to our customers over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. So we're setting ourselves 3 important targets. A target for cost, and that's a cost to income target of being in the mid-40s% cost to income by 28 and sustaining that through to the end of FY30. Within that is included 2 specific things. One, the $800 million gross cost savings that we have already outlined in our investor conference this morning, which is going to be delivered in 26. In addition to that, we'll also be delivering Suncorp synergies of $500 million as we have communicated to investors today. That's going to be measured and reported at every result to ensure how we're progressing against those objectives on cost. As a result of those, we are going to deliver improved return on tangible equity. And we are setting a target for ourselves for FY28 to get our return on tangible equity towards 12% and by FY30 towards 13%. That's a very ambitious goal, but we are convinced that our plans and our initiatives would allow us to achieve those targets.
And Farhan, finally, to close from a financial standpoint, how does ANZ plan to build and maintain trust and transparency through this updated strategy?
We've reached out to investors, our owners, we've reached out to our other stakeholders. We haven't been as consistent as we would have liked to have been in terms of how we've reported our financial metrics and our disclosures. We're changing that. We are going to be far more consistent in describing our progress against our 2030 strategy. We are laying out specific measures that we're going to bring back to our investors every results so that they see how we're progressing against those. We're also going to change the reporting frequency that we go to the market with. Our peers provide an update every quarter. We're going to move to align with our peers. And thirdly, in terms of our broader financial disclosures and performance disclosures, we're going to create much more consistency and ensure that we're going back to the market with the same set of metrics without changing and cherry picking which metrics we bring to the market. I'm very confident that as we implement those measures and we do it consistently, we are going to create that transparency and build trust with our key stakeholders.
Farhan, as always, we appreciate your insights. Thanks for joining BlueNotes.
Thank you very much, Alicia.